In order to answer the question, why is a roguelike fun, we need to go back to the birth of roguelike games. I'll give you a really quick summary because I'm sure you have a short attention span. Two dudes made a game called Rogue. Their names, Glenn Witchman and Michael Toy. Or in my case, Glenn Machine and MT Sledgehammer. They did something different than all other video games at the time. They created permadeath. Not to be mean, but if you don't know what permadeath is and you can't use context clues, then maybe you should try reading a book. Well, in case you couldn't figure it out, when you die, you lose all your progress in the game, also known as permanent death. Don't think that permadeath is the mechanic that makes roguelikes so fun. It's definitely a core mechanic, but in order to find out what makes roguelikes fun, I'm going to have to skip a couple of generations. We arrive in 2020, August 11th. Risk of Rain 2 just released, and it changed the world. Not the whole world, just my world. Well, it changed my world 2 years after its release, but anyways, up until this point, I hated roguelikes due to the fact I thought they were all 2D, but Risk of Rain challenged that idea. Now, because I love Risk of Rain 2 so much, I'm going to give it a brand deal. Alright, it's going to come at you really quickly. Ready? We pan in on an international space station. Then you take an escape pod, land on a planet, get attacked by aliens, search around the map for a teleporter. You get little boons or power-ups by opening chests. You get to the teleporter, activate it, a boss will spawn. Once you defeat the boss, you teleport to the next planet. You battle Mithrix, the moon god dude. Super buff, super cool, just like me. Once you beat Mithrix, you do it all over again, but with new characters, enemies, and things called artifacts, which completely change the game. You can even mod the game. Once again, Risk of Rain 2 is amazing, and you should go play it. Dude, that's the first time I didn't fumble the bag. The concept that makes Risk of Rain 2 so fun is the intensity. It makes my heart beat like a drum every time I fight a boss. It is also crazy nerve-wracking. There's a timer that increases the difficulty based on an algorithm. Holy crap, there's an algorithm for everything. The Risk of Rain 2 devs are crazy. Crazy freaking awesome. Every stage I pass, I worry about the next. The music is also fire. Haven't you ever listened to these soundtracks? Now I know what you must be thinking. Oh, so the thing that makes roguelikes so fun is the intensity in music. No, shut up, listen. In order to understand what makes roguelikes fun, you need to listen about a game that, in my opinion, which is the right opinion, changed the standard for roguelikes, excluding Risk of Rain 2, of course. Hades. Another game summary. In Hades, you're trying to see your mother again, and every time you try to leave, your dad has minions that kill you so that you respawn in his house. However, your dad's siblings, nieces, and nephews all try to help you escape this freaking toxic relationship by giving you special powers. Also, some of your dad's friends turn traitor, and you think that they won't backstab you because they backstabbed him. I don't really know if that works out, but in some kind of twisted fate, your father sends the girl that you love after you. Turns out you didn't love her at all, and it was just the only cute girl in the underworld. Or, in layman's terms, your dad took away your Xbox, and you try to leave the house because he says, as long as you live under this roof, you're going to obey me. And you're like, screw that, Dad. So he sends his coworkers after you, and you run away super, super duper successfully. Until you don't. My favorite part about Hades isn't even the gameplay. It's the voice acting. Darren Korb went crazy. Zachary's voice is so clean. I don't even keep track of how good voice acting is, but after listening to his voice, I knew that he topped any game character I had ever listened to. Don't even start saying, oh, all you need is good voice acting. No, they also have a pretty killer story, as you probably realized after my perfect retelling of it. But that's besides the point. They also have crazy gameplay. Let me help your pea brain understand. All these things by themselves don't do anything. They don't even make a game. But all of them together, that's a different story. What if someone made a roguelike that had great audio design, redesign of permadeath, storyline, and intensity? Now, that's a little biased because I love sword games, but there is a great way to summarize this video. Sorry, not sorry for tricking you. It all comes down to one thing, really: immersion. If the game devs are able to immerse you in their world, that's a win for them. Immersion is what makes great games. Now, this might seem a little far-fetched, but that's why Sword Art Online is basically an amazing roguelike. Never mind, this stupid show is a roguelite. Oh, and this completely slipped my mind. I definitely didn't make this video at all for this purpose only. I'm currently making a roguelike of my own, where you'll customize your character, choose a class, party up with friends, and fight. When I was trying to think of a game idea, I thought of the one thing that I really love, boss fights. So, this game is a game with bosses as its sole enemy. The AI will track your player's movement and hopefully be almost impossible to beat alone. It will also recognize when someone is on low HP and target that player. It will go into a frenzy when it's about to die. And if you die, you lose everything and you have to go through the gauntlet all over again. Check back next week for my devlog, or I will find you and hunt you in Minecraft.